Hello, it's Kevin here. Time for a video again. Now, we're still on Cambridge 8, yeah. This should be, what's this, test 2, I think, yeah, test 2, writing task 1. So, as you may know, you might know, you should know, we're running down every Cambridge writing task from 18, the new one, all the way down to number 1. So, when 17 came out with it, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, we took a break. 18 came out, we did those, now we're back on Cambridge 8, back on track to complete them all. So, first things first, as always, disclaimer, fair use, blah, 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 you know the score, okay? So, this is all about free pie charts. Changes in annual spending by a particular school in 81, 91, 2001. Okay, so I wrote one. We'll take a look at mine. Okay, 198 words. I'll explain this, and then we've got 5 responses from the Telegram group IELTS9PRO. Link at the bottom if you want to join and submit your writing. Okay, so let's have a look at mine first. The pie charts illustrate how the annual expenditure, particular school changed. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward, right? Most people get the introductory sentence, right? Because, you know, it's a sentence or possibly 2. Just have to change it sufficiently, but it's not, you know, copied directly from the rubric, etc. Now, overview though. Okay, so obviously, as we'll see, main cause of expenditure was teachers' wages or salaries, okay? 40%, 50%, 45%. Then you've got like you usually go, what's the biggest, what's the smallest, or rank them biggest to smallest, etc. So teachers' salaries, the biggest, insurance, obviously the smallest, despite a bit of a gain at the end, but in general terms, you know, it's the lowest over the period. And you've got other workers' wages. So you could probably group the salaries if you wish. You can say, oh, the salaries, including teachers and other workers, was the highest expense. You could do that. That would be perfectly legitimate. But for mine, I just said, right, despite some fluctuations, that's the biggest, and the smallest was insurance. Now, details. So, 40%, 50%, okay. Payments to other workers. So I grouped all the workers' wages in this paragraph here, okay. Other costs, percentages for resources and furniture. Equipment went up and down. I won't read it all out, you can see it. And finally, for the lowest, insurance. Okay, so there is a logic to this, yeah. This is one of the things that I keep on mentioning in videos, if you've seen any of the previous ones. What a lot of people fail to do is to get that logical arrangement of information. The jumping about, you know. It's like this one, it's that one, it's this one, with no clear discernible pattern or arrangement. Okay. So with some comparisons, that's the biggest, that's the smallest, etc. So let's have a look. Okay, now I've already had a look at this. Now you need to be careful. Certain phrases, right, seem to be used. And I know people, you know, they are copied lexical chunks, yeah. You know, but you need to be careful how you use them, because, for example, so this one's good, you know, but this one, everybody uses this one. In general, it can be observed, it can be seen overall, but then you've got this, they keep on saying it's notable. Why is it particularly notable? Why is it? Why is this particularly notable? If it was a dramatic fall, then that would be pretty notable. If it was a significant a huge increase, again, that would be noticeable. But how is this particularly worthy of note? Oh, percentage of resources was comparable in 1981. Why would we note that? Okay, now also, use of respectively. You can use it when you don't, when you've got like a figure, respectively. All right, but it's used 3 separate times. Respectively. And then this one. Now, if you want to use this, do it here. Because if you do it here, looking at the charts in more detail, well, like I said, weren't you looking at them in detail here? So it's meaningless. Yeah. If you want to use it, put it after the overview, right? So the overview, there's some key trends here. Looking at these trends in detail, but putting it here is pointless, Okay, let's have a look. Alterations, you can alter your clothes. Change, not quite the same thing. But that aside, it's not bad. It's not too bad, Okay. Teachers' wages, insurance, okay, obvious features. Now, if it's a superlative, the highest, the smallest, etc., you need a definite article, right? So what else? The budget, particular budget, the 3 specified years, okay? So it's not bad, not too bad, but you need to watch your articles there, okay? Now, this passive construction, past perfect, had been changed. Had been changed by whom? Simply, the simple past. Expenditure changed in 3 different years. And again, right, notably, they keep using this. Why is it notable? And what does it actually mean? With a significant difference? What, you mean that was the biggest, that was the lowest? So that's kind of strange, that doesn't work. Chronologically, over time, you mean respectively. We usually use that. Okay, so that's a little bit short, 163. I mean, mine was what? 198. So you need to make sure that you get in all this detail. I mean, that's less than 200 words. So that's doable in 20 minutes. Okay? So, on to the next one. Yeah, to begin, well, you already have, kind of, with the introduction, so you don't really need this. Teacher salaries, now, right, yeah, like I put here, right, so, it's not an underview, it's an overview, so put it over, right, don't put it under. That's just me, because I think the clue is in the name, okay? Yet was the smallest expense. Well, yeah, to the biggest growth, it's quadrupled from 2% to 8%, but yet it was the smallest. So, it's not too bad, not too bad. What else have we got? This final one here, yeah. 177 words. Now, this is a little tricky to understand. Okay, you got introduction. Oops, okay. Salaries, insurance, that's good. But then, what does that mean? So who is dedicated? Dedicated to what? Who dedicated this? The most percentage? What, you mean the largest? So the largest chunk or slice or portion of the budget was for teachers. Ratios of 40%. So that's slightly awkward in terms of the phrasing. The year 1991, most resources for book. So I'm not sure why you've compared that with that by a fifth, by about a tenth. Now, you've got the precise percentage here, so why not use it? There's no real need to not use the actual figures and data. That's what it's for. So, right, it was about a 20th. So what, about a 20, what, you mean 20%? What's that? 3 times less as much and almost a fifth. This is what I'm talking about. So the reader here, right, 4 times less as much. You mean 4 times. It's just confusing, right? The reader's not really sure what you're talking about, and there's no excuse. When you've got figures and data, 28%, 2%, use it. That's what it's there for, yeah? Okay, so you can see a few things to work at here. Don't use these fixed expressions unless you put them in the correct place or spot. Now, let's have a quick, I'll just put mine, finally, at the end screen so you can have a peep. Okay, I'll leave it there. So, pretty straightforward, yeah? What's the biggest, what's the smallest? But then you need to get that logical progression of information. So, I hope that kind of helps. Next one, Cambridge 8 test number 3. I'll be posting that in a minute. So, I'll see you next time. Okay?